Hi, sociology class. Um, it is Monday night, but I'm prepping this for Tuesday class because I have a puking child. um, so, as far as this week, your annotated bibliography is due on Thursday. It's up to you if you submit that electronically or print that out. I mean, on the one hand, it's easier for me to give written feedback on a hard copy. To me, it feels more personal. On the other hand, it's a busy week and you have a lot to do. And if you want to share with me electronically, that's fine. Usually, then I just respond in an email with a score and a reference to the rubric. But whatever you like to do, remember to include your book in the annotated bibliographies for a total of 5 sources. As far as today in class goes, I cannot for the life of me remember if somebody is scheduled to do daily current events. So look on the sideboard. I feel like it's time to reschedule everybody for round 2. So you can make a class decision right now. If nobody is scheduled, you can A, ask for a volunteer to lead it. B, go to CNN Student News, watch that, and choose something as a class to discuss. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world. Um, there's no C. Those are your choices. So decide that now. Pause and come back after you do that. Okay, so the goal of today is to introduce everybody to the idea of socialization. So, what does it mean to be socialized, and how are we socialized? And it's a little different than socializing with peers or socializing with friends or teachers. It's related, but when sociologists talk about socialization, they're talking about how we learn to do culture, how we learn to do life, how we learn the norms and the behaviors that are expected of us within the microcosms of society, all the subcultures and idiocultures that we navigate in. So, right now, just do a quick brainstorm, and this can be verbal, keep it simple. But as a class, maybe take about 5 minutes and brainstorm all of the ways that your family socializes you. Like, what do they socialize you for? How do they do it? Schools. What do we do at school that socializes you for society? If you have a job, you can talk about jobs. Think about your friend groups. How do your friend groups socialize you for certain things? To what extent do they socialize you for certain things? That's probably a good start. So take a few minutes, discuss those, just brainstorm, put all your ideas out there because you will be reading something shortly. Okay, pause here. Okay. Based on how most discussions in our class go, that probably took you longer than 5 minutes. I could be wrong. So, what you're going to need now is the chapter 10 reading that I passed out last Friday, or maybe Thursday. I don't know. It was the day I gave you the Unit 3 vocabulary, which might help right now too. So, the Unit 3 vocabulary, the chapter 10, it's like the chapter 10 and 11 hybrid reading, and then that's it. I'm going to ask the substitute to pass out. There's a sheet that says chapter 10 reading jigsaw or chapter 10 reading notes. So each of you will get one of those. And if you look, or once you look at that, it starts off with like a box or a row that says nature and nurture. Then it gets into the I and the me and the looking glass self. Then I think it goes into family on the front page. And then the back page, it should be school, mass media, peer groups, and workplace. So I'm going to have you, if all 18 of you are there, you can divide into 6 groups of 3 and have 3 people read nature, nurture, 3 people read I and the me, 3 people read looking glass self, 3 people read family. And then on the back side of the notes, combine. Have 3 people do school and mass media. It's about the same length. And then the last 3 people combine and do peer groups and workplace. So what you'll do is you'll read your section of chapter 10, discuss it as a trio, and take notes on your sheet, and then we'll jigsaw you, mix you up. So the premise of that is to take the 18 of you and then divide into three groups of six. So each person reports out and everybody else takes notes. You've done that structure before. If you've done that structure before in social studies classes at our school. So I am not certain how long that will take. Once you are finished with that, if there's any remaining time, you can discuss the question that I'm sorry to not be there for, but we can talk about this more Thursday. In this day and age, to what extent does social media socialize us? And then the second question, and how do we learn the rules for being socialized according to social media? Food for thought. Sorry I'm not there. I love this segment in Soch. How are we socialized to deal with a puking toddler? We're not. I don't know. All right, I'm tired. Thank you. I'll see you Thursday. Email me if there are pressing concerns. Goodbye.